Faces of Valor USA is a nonprofit, a 501c3. They're in my restaurant that I used to work in before I retired for 40 some years. We did the pledge to the flag every single day. And there was a couple that came every year from Michigan. And I got to know them through the years. Just the one time a year they would come. They would always want to introduce whoever they brought and say we're bringing them someplace to show them something special. And the people thought they were coming for a meal, which they were, but it was really to do the pledge. He wanted to tell me about his son. And I actually said, how is your son? I only met him one time before when he was a kid. And with that, he burst out into tears. And then when he finally got himself together, he explained that he was killed in Iraq, and he went into the whole story about how his son was shot down. He was a Apache helicopter pilot. I told him I have a 31 Buick that I'm going to paint pearl white, and my wife doesn't think it'll look good white. So I spoke to a friend of mine, and I said, I'm going to paint it differently, but paint it white. I asked Steve, the father of Ben, sent a picture of Ben in his Apache helicopter. And I had a cousin killed in Vietnam, and I'm going to have his picture on one side and Ben's on the other. Well, when I went to an airbrush artist to do this on my car, he asked me what we were calling it. I said, I don't know. He said, well, you're going to have two faces on the car. What would you call it? And I just said, oh, Faces of Valor. Sounds good. And every year we have a big event. We try to raise some money, and we honor 1 or 2 soldiers. This year it's going to be 3. Could be a police officer, men or women, that serve their country, that are in need of something or want something. And that's actually how we got to meet Logan here. We're another friend of his that we did something for. So every year we do that, and it's a great event. It's always the 4th Sunday in June in Annapolis. We have a big car show, motorcycle show, and just a family picnic for anybody who wants to come. And that's what we do, and here we are.
I got in contact with Ted after I was sitting in a sled hockey. I play sled hockey, and one of the guys that I play with, we were in the locker room together after a game, and Ted and Faces of Valor had helped him out with actually, I think, a building.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, you know, I got a guy who's looking for someone to help out and build a shed for or whatever. And I kind of waited for everyone else to see if anyone else is going to chime in and say, oh, I could use it. And he said, well, I could use it. Yep. So he got me in contact with Ted, and I got the contact information from my son's baseball coach and called up Junior at Carport Central, and he was fantastic. You know, he was great to talk to. Project moved along pretty quick. You know, he helped us out with some of the pricing and all that jazz, and yeah, it was great. You guys have been fantastic.
And I gave a call to Junior, and again, as soon as you talked to him, he seemed like a really great guy. He went over everything that he was going to do for Logan in detail, and they sent plans. He emailed them to me right away so we could look at them and see what the structure's going to look like. And it was just plain and simple, seamless. And then I told him who we were, and here's what we're doing. And I said, if you don't mind, we're looking to see if you can help us out in a way, because we're trying to raise money, not just for Logan, but for other men and women. And he went back to his people in upper management, spoke with them, and came back really quick, and gave us a nice discount. And it was enabling us to one, pay for the whole building. And then we tried to do a little bit more with what we had, which we added a little more than what we thought we were going to do. But if you can, you do it. That's what we raised the money for. But they were a big help in allowing us to make it feasible to do it, and allow us to get all the things done.
It was pretty seamless. American Building Network said, hey, we got a date in mind for your install. You know, it was like 2 weeks out, and I was like, that's awesome. You know, I figured it'd be months and months, and they came, and I mean, they had the building up in 2 days.
Wow.
So they came out and got it done quick. So originally the plan kind of started out as and it still really is, more of like a batting cage / workshop storage area. So we got the 18-foot walls. Eventually we're going to try and put a second story in it, for more storage and, you know, some recreational areas, maybe a bedroom or something like that. And then the downstairs half of the building is going to be a batting cage and like gymnastics area for my kids. And the other half is going to be, you know, a workshop, storage, maybe an area to hang out and kind of enjoy the space and everything. So we have some plans for it. Carport Central worked with us so easily, and, you know, the interactions with everyone I talked to there was great. And, you know, as soon as I talked to Junior, I was like, all right, I think this is going to work. So
the contact Faces of Valor, you can go on the web to facesofvalorusa.org, and a number to contact if they want. A number is 443-433-2900. It'll also go directly to me. If anybody would love to support us, we love to support, to be able to support the men and women that give us the freedom to do what we do every day.